Alrighty, so here in week 7, we have finished section 7 and automate the boring stuff. And this is all about dictionaries. So in JavaScript, we call this objects. Okay, so and list in JavaScript and many other languages are called arrays. So, part of it is just getting used to, if you're coming from another language, the difference as far as the way you name things or what you call things. And in this case, there are so many similarities between the dictionary type and how you manipulate that type is really similar to what we do inside of JavaScript and other languages. So here's what I want you to do, and this is key to hopefully helping you extend this concept. Is model something in the real world. Like, think about something that maybe you're tracking, something that reoccurs, so it has a lot of examples, right? Could be purchasing things that you've purchased. It could be workouts. I mean, really, it could be anything, but you're modeling something in the real world, right? So come up with something you want to model and then write code using the data dictionary new functionality that we've learned, that this new primitive type that does the following. And I've just through here, just because I was tired of writing data dictionary and I wrote objects more times than I should have. But here's what I want you to do. First is add a key to it. So also in your code, and I say this here, comment and write codes that clearly show us how each of these things that you're applying to your thing that you're modeling in the real world. Okay, and it may be a little bit of content about why you've selected that, or just about the object itself would probably be appropriate. You can sort them ascending or descending. Check whether a given key already exists in a data dictionary. Iterate over it using loops, right? Filter it based on a value. So you say, show me all, let's say if I was doing something for workouts, show me all workouts where I burned over 400 calories, right? And now the last two are really about the second video where he talks about combining a list and the data dictionary. So this is a list of data dictionary. So it's a very common format in JavaScript. We call this a list of objects. And so, so take your data dictionary and create a list of it, right? So in this case, you want to have multiple objects or multiple data dictionaries in a list, and then iterate over the list and output some kind of summary data. This is very common to do, is to iterate over that list and pull out. And I've just given you examples. You could do other things as well. And this is different than the iterating over it using loops or filtering it. This is really saying, based on the fact that I now have a list of them, how would I pull out some summary data? Okay. So I said this in here, make sure you comment your code for the above things you need to apply. Put this up in your public, should be public repo, not private repo here, in a directory called W7. This should make sense, right? And then you can name the file whatever you want, okay? So it's really up to you. I just put, choose your own file name .py as a way to show you can do that. So then on part 2 here, what you want to do, now that hopefully most of you have been through the code review process, right? So I want your feedback on this. I've expressed to you why this is important to me and why I make it such a big part of this course. And part of that is also hearing your feedback and making adjustments where I feel like it would be helpful. So discuss, your experience or your view of the process. Right. You don't have to discuss your particular experience if you don't feel comfortable doing that, but just the process of what we're doing here. right? What worked well? What suggestions would you give me for a better process? So this is the one where you're going to write and have a writing length requirement in the replies. And you can reply to other people's code, that's fine, but I think it'd be more beneficial to reply to the discussion of the dev_0. So remember, we have 3 of these. So our next one, dev1, will come in another 6 weeks. All right. Hope this is fun, and I'll talk to you later.